Well, hello, everybody. Happy Monday night. Another HODL The Line. Budell, how's it going, bud?
It's going. It's another Monday.
It's another Monday. Yeah, I understand. I understand. Oh, man. Guys, you got just Budell and I tonight. We can hold down the fort. BC is a little under the weather, so yeah. Is what it is. No, we'll make do. We'll try and hold it all up on our shoulders here and see if we can't make it through and have an interesting conversation with you and for you. Give you some good info. Oh man! So Bedell, how was your weekend? We saw you on Friday night, but how was the rest of your weekend? Good.
Chilled. Just drank a lot and had a gummy every day at like 2:00. Well. No, I had to work Saturday, so that was like a little over 10 hours.
Okay.
But other than that, just ate a gummy, drank. Sunday, drank, and had a gummy.
And there it is, folks. There it is. Did you watch the Super Bowl at all? Did you even tune in? No.
I didn't even know who won till like, I don't know, a couple hours ago. Don't know the score. I mean, I know I could Google it, but I have no interest in it, and everything on Facebook was all about the halftime show, which one was better, that and the other. And I'm like, I'm surprised, like all days, on Facebook, I didn't see anything about who won, what the score was, any of the, BS plays that were called wrong or whatever. And it's like everything was all about the halftime.
And because that was literally the biggest thing. I mean, the whole first half was like just nothing. Like it was a defensive game the whole first half between the two of them. I mean, the Seahawks were up like 9-0 going into the half, but it was like, nothing for a game. It was all field goals. And then the halftime show came and I didn't understand any of it because of it wasn't even in frickin' English. But let's not get me going about that. And yeah, glad to see that Turning Point USA put together some other alternative Kid Rock related halftime show. I should have tuned into that because yeah, by the time the one that the NFL put on was done, I was very upset. But anyway, yeah, let's get that. Anyway, but yeah, so you didn't miss anything where that's concerned. We're just going to kind of shoot the baloney here for a few minutes because it looks like we're getting a delay in the output of notifications. And we usually have a slow start, but we'll go say hi to, I think we got Floki's Angels. Yeah, there we go in the chat. Welcome. And yeah, how are you tonight? I appreciate the fact. Thank you. Love you. Love you too. I'm telling you, liking the cat videos, keep them coming. Appreciate it. And there it is. There you go. Gotta have a gummy too. I'm a gummy, you're a gummy. Yeah. Sorry. I don't know. I shouldn't sing. I probably shouldn't even be running this right now. I've been up since like I don't know, 3 a.m. I tried to take a nap somewhere like in the afternoon just to kind of get a little bit of energy back. And yeah, about 20 minutes, and then that was that. Was that so and what's yeah, Bedell answered my hole in my live last night. I didn't watch stinky football. Yeah, there you go. Didn't watch that stinky football. You know what, I the only reason I really watched it is because the Patriots were in it. I didn't really expect them to win, but again, it's the hometown team, so like, how do you not watch, but anyway. Anywho, so I'd say cheers. Well, the hell with it. Cheers anyway. But mine is just salt of water, but it is not crypto on the rocks. So we got some stuff for you guys tonight. We're going to be talking a little bit about the Helix mixer. We're going to talk about the the one piece of Super Bowl we're going to talk about was the commercial for AI.com. which was purchased by the CEO of crypto.com, which is where it becomes kind of crypto related, as they're trying to put this, I guess, AI.com together to be the front runner for AGI. So we'll see. I figured it had a decent component between crypto and AI, and we've been talking about both of those here. So I figured, what the hell, why not? And let's see. Block, of all people, going to be laying people off. We're going to read about that. We'll go through a little bit of that, and if time permits, we're going to talk a little bit about quantum computing, although I'm not sure how much more information I can give you. That was kind of like BC's thing right there. And like I said, he's under the weather tonight, so there you go. Oh, Bedell, you got anything before we kick this thing off?
Not really.
All right, fair.
Kind of a little tired. I think I had maybe 5 hours of sleep.
Oh man, so yeah, you get me, you feel me, you know where I'm coming from. Oh man, well, we're gonna kick this things off. Things. Say I can't even talk straight. We're gonna kick this off here and try and get it going. If you're lurking in the background, because I can see we got a bunch of people lurking in the background, welcome. Make sure you smash up that like button, share this thing out. Appreciate everybody being here. Chime in the chat. We'll give you a shout out and say hey. All right, let's kick off this first one here, which is going to be the Helix mixer. So right here, U.S. government takes control of 400 million in Bitcoin and assets from the Helix, or tied to, as they put it here, the Helix mixer. The U.S. government has taken full legal. You know what? Let me see if I can make that a little bit bigger for everybody. Hang on one second. Boom. How's that? That better? Did that come
Looks
out
good
better?
for me.
All right, super. Well, it's easier for me to read, if nothing else, at this point. Old man eyes. Anyway, the U.S. government has taken full legal ownership of more than 400 million in seized cryptocurrency, cash, and real estate tied to Helix. Once was one of the most widely used Bitcoin mixing services on the Darknet. A Washington, D.C. judge entered a final order of forfeiture on the 21st of January, transferring assets to the government following the conviction of Helix operator Larry Dean Harmon. The forfeiture includes thousands of Bitcoin, hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash, an Ohio mansion that was purchased at the peak of Helix's operation. I'll tell you what, and again, for those who don't know, maybe you're new here or you're just flipping in, a mixer is basically where you go, you buy Bitcoin on your exchange, but you don't want people to necessarily be able to track it to you. So you basically put it in this service that mixes up everybody's Bitcoin that uses the service, sends you back what different Bitcoin, and hopefully that mixes it enough and obfuscates it enough so it's not easy for people to track you, because again, we all know that Bitcoin is just pseudonymous. So yeah, it's what it is. You need those kind of services to help to potentially increase your anonymity. And we got a couple of people chiming in. Donald, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Who else we got? Bunch of people, 4 people. I'm not sure what that's about. But probably something I said, Lord knows. Luna Beach is in the house. All right, excellent. Put those waves in the chat. Appreciate that. Curtis Hill is also here, checking on in. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Don't forget, everybody, smack up that like button. Share this thing out. Anyway, so as I'm reading through this, and it goes through a lot of and links again are in the description, so feel free to go ahead and check that out. But it talks about the mansion, 1.21 acres, multiple fireplaces, backyard fire pit, whirlpool tub. Ooh. Anyway, and a whole bunch of other things, including, like I said, the Bitcoin and so on. Any thoughts about this, Bedell? I mean, we've seen a friendlier U.S. administration here, but we obviously this was something that started before this administration even came into office, and here we are, kind of coming to the culmination of this. And they're not the only mixer. I mean, we've seen Tornado Cash was also basically attacked by the U.S. government, prosecuted by the U.S. government. What's your thoughts? What's your 2 cents, brother?
I mean, maybe I missed it, but did they say why they had to forfeit all the assets?
Well, he was convicted, so that's why they ended up having to forfeit.
Okay.
Trying to just see exactly what it says. The bottom line was he was found guilty, or the right here, Larry Dean Harmon was found guilty. So the judge ordered all of the assets forfeited to the U.S. government. Kind of like, you get in the drug sitch. What do? They confiscate your car or the house or whatever other asset is.
Yeah, I just sometimes I don't like it when like news stories like that. Okay, yeah, he was found, or convicted, but of what? Like what? Wait, now we got to go back and do more research as to what he was convicted of. But I mean, I get it, but I like how they use the word mansion, even though it's like less than $1 million, and they seized like 400 million worth of stuff. Like, oh, okay. But
hey, I don't know. I'm just not I was hoping we wouldn't be seeing much more of this, quite frankly. And again, I realize that this started before, like this administration. But let's be completely honest. If they wanted to, they could have like maybe done something different, or lessen the sentence, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So
I think probably what it is, without looking into it more, is just that he may have been involved in something illegally back in the day when Bitcoin wasn't as well known. And like, back with like Silk Road, when you had Bitcoin and you didn't use Silk Road, what was the point of Bitcoin? Almost nothing, except for sitting on it and hodling it. But a lot of people would buy Bitcoin to use on Silk Road because of its anonymous.
Yeah. And I think you caught part of that there. Yeah, absolutely. But we've seen consistent and are we sure it wasn't money laundering, is what LBC is asking? And I'm not 100% sure. I'm not going to lie. LBC, I don't believe so, although he may have been actually charged with that. I don't know if he was necessarily convicted of that particular charge. But the thing is that's exactly what they're doing with regard to all of these mixers. This is the charge they're trying to make stick, because, again, I see it more as an attack on privacy, because I mean, let's be honest, people want to do illegal activities. They're either if they're using crypto, they're using a privacy coin, and if they really want to get stuff done without getting noticed, they're using the US dollar. I mean, hell, even the presidents use the US dollar. I mean, I can vaguely remember airplane help me, what do they call pallets full of dollars being shipped over to the Middle East in airplanes during a certain administration before Trump. Just saying. But anyway.
All right, so I did look it up real quick.
Sure.
He pleaded guilty in August of 21 to conspiracy to commit money laundering, and was sentenced in November of 2024 to 36 months in prison, 3 years supervised release, and a forfeiture money judgment. The judge was out of district court for the District of Columbia.
Yep.
That came out on November 21st. So, I mean, he pled guilty, 4.5 years ago? He's probably already, well, no, he's not done with his prison term, because that wasn't until November of 24.
Right. You know what? The point is, so thank you for looking that up, by the way. But the point is, there you go, money laundering. And again,
it was conspiracy.
Yeah. Okay.
Laundering. But I mean, if he pled guilty, then he knew that they had enough evidence against him.
I'm just curious because I don't want to support people that make crypto look bad. But if it truly is a government overreach problem, then yeah, it's a problem. Well, see, and that's the way I look at it, LBC. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Who the hell knows? But to me, they're attacking all of these mixers. So it's not just one guy who was, oh, you bad guy, slap on the wrist. No, it's not that. It's like every single one of them they've basically taken down. To me, again, my opinion, old guy, interwebs, it gotta say it, man. It is an attack on privacy, in my opinion. So by the government, and more of this is coming. Just saying, my opinion. But thank you for looking that up, Adele. And LBC, appreciate your input there, brother. So, shall we move on?
Sounds good.
Crypto.com CEO buys AI.com. Now, there was a lot of hype to this, especially on X. And last night, I noticed when I wasn't watching the halftime show, there was a lot of posts from the AI.com like, oh, check in now, reserve your username, and and a lot of real heavy promotion on X with regard to this. And I don't know. I saw the commercial when it came on the Super Bowl. It was like it came on during the third quarter, and I wasn't impressed. It was literally like this logo you see right here on the screen, basically through the majority of the actual commercial. It's like, okay, kind of like, okay, so you bought AI.com, congratulations. And it did say go register for your user, usher in AGI, that kind of thing. But let's, for the sake of giving some base information here, the CEO of Crypto.com is launching AI.com, a new platform that will offer customers an autonomous AI agent. The company claims that can manage daily tasks on their behalf. AI.com is set to launch its agentic AI product on Sunday during the Super Bowl, which, like I said, they did. It's in beta right now, but live for people to go ahead and, as it says right here, get your domain. Get your domain. He bought the domain for $70 million, and that's just an insane amount of money, just saying. But basically, he is promoting AI.com, telling people to go ahead and grab their usernames. And they talk about some of the costs of Super Bowl commercials. And I mean, I remember that back, like, as I was really into like watching the Super Bowl through younger years of my life. That was like the thing, right? Badell, do you remember that? Where they're, oh my God, they spent, X number of $1 million for 30 seconds of airtime during the Super Bowl and blah, 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 blah. So, to see this being something that's like, hello, up to $7 million in 2022. Yeah, duh. You know what I mean? It just doesn't even make give me a blink.
I remember for almost like a decade that, at least where I'm at, a lot of people just watch the Super Bowl only for the commercials.
Well, that used to be the case. I think these last, I don't know, at least half dozen plus years, the Super Bowl commercials suck. My opinion. They're not worth. I remember when Bud Light was actually, Bud Light and, rah, and they used to have the Bud Bowl as part of the commercials and all this other stuff. I mean, that was when it was kind of fun. Now
Budweiser had, first off, they had the Clydesdales everybody knows about, but then like they had the frogs.
Yeah. Yes. Frogs. Yes. I remember those. Yes. So, again, that's when things were kind of fun at the Super Bowl, and they had good halftime shows, maybe the occasional nip slip with Janet Jackson, even, stuff like that. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. Anyway, let me just wrap this up and we can beat this horse here a little bit. No pun for the Clydesdales. As for AI.com, users will be able to access it for free with additional paid subscription tiers offering more advanced capabilities and increase in input token limits. Because if you don't know, when you're using an AI that you're using a paid subscription, they give you a set number of tokens for whatever that period of time is that you've got it, like a year or whatever your subscription is. They'll reportedly, so the users choose a username and AI handle before generating their agent. The company says it is actively exploring additional product offerings in the future, including a financial services integration, AI marketplaces, and human and agency co-social networks. So, look out, Claudebot, Moltbot, sorry. We're going to have dual social networks there. But basically, I just want to read his quote and then we'll call it here. He says the company's vision is a decentralized network of billions of agents who self-improve. There's the AGI piece, and share these improvements with each other, vastly and rapidly expanding the agentic capabilities and accelerating the advent of AGI. I don't know. I don't see myself running out there to go and get my username or anything like that. What about you, Bedell? You gonna go grab a username? I know you love AI.
Yeah, I mean, it might be tempting just to go reserve your username and the other just because, because it's like on Discord, I get friend requests from Art of Crypto and so many people every day, and I'm like, I'm already friends with them all. The only thing I do is just ignore, block, and delete. Like,
did you see the news today, like just a couple of hours ago, about Discord?
No.
Starting next month, they're going to require everybody. They're doing like, how I forgot who did it. Somebody did it where they did the teenagers. They're basically locking them out, trying to, restrict things. So starting next month, Discord, if you want to be able to access Discord, you either got to do like a KYC kind of thing or use facial recognition. So I'm like, and which obviously they'll store. And so, yeah, there we go. I won't be using Discord anymore. Not that I use it much now, but yeah, I gotta believe that there's gonna be a lot of people that may feel the same way. I think this is gonna hurt Discord as a whole. This wasn't something that we were planning on talking about today, but if you're hanging out there in the background, tell me what you think about this whole deal with Discord that's just come down. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me see if I can pull it. Oh, I don't think I'm logged into it.
Yes, I didn't even know anything about that.
Yeah, it's blown up on X over the last couple of hours. I'm not logged into X right now, so I'm not gonna try and pull it up. But yeah, basically that's what's going on, and supposedly this is starting next month. So anyway, I only mentioned that because you were talking about Discord there, and you're right with regard to maybe it's a good idea to jump over to AI.com, at least to register and reserve your username. I guess you can do that for free. So why not, I guess? Maybe, I don't know. Bottom line is I'm not running over there to go do it. I like everybody who hangs out here all the time knows I love Venice and Venice AI, and links in the description if you want to go grab it. It's privacy AI. I don't know. I prefer that. I have good success with that. And it's not like you can't set up an AI agent there. Yeah, you got to kind of jump it through the hoops to do it. You got to kind of set up the agent. It's not going to be like AI.com where supposedly this is going to kind of sounds like it's going to be somewhat prepared for you, and you'll just launch your agent, whatever agent it is you're looking for. But yeah, that's what's going on, folks. So if you're going to be taking part in AI.com, throw it in the description. If you're watching in the description, in the comments, if you're watching this on the replay, tell us in the comments below the video. I'll be interested. We check all of them. So I'd be interested to see. Let us know. Let us know.
I mean, I just feel like if you're on YouTube or anywhere else that kind of has your stage name, you know, or your internet name, and how often people try to get scammers.
No, you're right, Adele.
How they try to scam people just by adding like a period at the end of it or
Yep.
whatever. And it's like, okay, well, if they actually get your legit, you know, screen name, and then you have to be the one with a period or 01 at the end or something like that, then you're the one that's now going to be looking fake.
That's true. That is true. And a good point. And even if you were to go back, you remember back like in when the internet was first really kind of popping off during that first bubble, people were literally just buying up domain names so they could sell them back to people.
Yep.
This may end up being something like that. I hadn't even really considered that until you just started talking about the scammy piece of it, but there could be a legitimate show me the money piece of it when it comes to that.
And especially with like an AI agent, I feel like you could watch, I'm not going to say a YouTuber's name, but you could watch anybody on YouTube with an agent, right? And have it record all the names of people in the chat and direct it to go to AI.com and create an account under everybody in chat's name, right? Like, isn't that the point of an AI agent?
It does sound like something that's, yeah, it does sound like something that's feasible while this thing is at least free and in beta. Yeah.
But then, you probably have to have different email per account or something like that might make it more difficult, but
even at that, I mean, come on now. Everybody, I mean, that's been something people have been doing for how long, to have all these bot accounts that spam my comments on all my videos that I got to go delete and all this other stuff. Hey, Donato Cabrera in the house. Appreciate you being here. Oh, and look who's here. Here he is, JR. How's it going, brother? Welcome. If you're a channel member, JR emojis in the chat, because there is a new JR emoji. It's in there. Launched it on Friday, baby. All right. Okay. Yes, gummies. You missed the gummy conversation, JR. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. JR emojis in the chat. Appreciate you. All right, so I mean, we got a couple more things we're gonna go over, and I don't know, it might be worth, like Adele said, what's the harm kind of going, if it's something you think maybe down the road, and if the AI.com comes out anything like the guy is saying he expects it to work, it may get some traction. Right? I mean, AI definitely getting traction. We've been covering it for how long now here? The different things going on with AI. I mean, it's just insane, right? Yeah, that's a very, very interesting point. So you may want to consider that. Again, links to everything we're talking about in the description. Go ahead and check that out. But I think everybody can remember AI.com. There you go. AI.com. All right. Did I just see? Oh, Melissa in the house. Appreciate Melissa being here. And Jesse, I see you. Jesse emojis in the chat, folks. Welcome. Appreciate everybody getting here. We always get people kind of coming in midway through the stream, and we love you for coming from I think you're coming from Frankie Candles probably, and coming on in here. So appreciate you. Thank you very much for doing that. Okay. Shall we move on?
Real quick.
Oh, so yeah, go ahead.
I went over to AI.com to sign up.
Uh-oh.
And I just did like the auto sign in with Google, whatever.
Sure.
But then you have to create a handle for yourself and your AI. And they're both AI.com/. So, I did.
Yeah.
But then it's like, do I do a separate one for my agent? Like, do I just do Crypto Vidal AI? mean, I don't know.
Oh, so you need to create two, one for you, one for your agent. And Meet Damien is in the house. Appreciate you being here, sir. Thank you very much. I don't have everything. I have bare logins right now to my stuff here just to run StreamYard. If anyone who has a wrench has Meet Damien's YouTube channel, can you drop that into the chat for everybody? If you're not already following Meet Damien, you should be doing that. Go follow him. And again, sir, thank you. Appreciate you being here. So it's a little bit of a process, though. I'd be interested to see, Gwenna, if you want to keep working on it. I'll start talking about the next. He's got that. Wait a minute, going.
So after you do that, it goes to a next thing. Add a card to verify you're human, and you have 5 minutes to add your card to verify you're a human. Now, it says that they won't charge you, but...
And that's the only way. And Jesse, thank you for dropping that in there. So there it is, everybody. If you're not already following Meet Damien, go ahead, please. And thank you again, Jesse. So there's no other verification process. It's got to be a card.
Yeah.
See, I don't know. I guess maybe I won't be doing that. I don't know. I don't want to give them my information. I guess I could get a burner. That's easy enough to do, right? But
I mean, that's what I used to have like low limit credit cards for. You know, get like a credit card, like $100 limit. You just ask for the lowest limit you can get, and you use it for stupid crap like that. But I don't have one, and really
or a prepaid
debit card.
You know, or a prepaid card, a debit card. That's what I used to do. I used to buy. I had a handful of prepaid ones for shit like that. You know what I mean? So you didn't have to be putting out your bank card or your actual credit card or whatever the case may be.
Right.
Anyway, so there is a little, there you go. You heard it here while Bedell was kind of trying to do it in the background. So it looks like you got to definitely verify your humanity, which I think is going to be, well, that was something we talked about last week, right? When we were talking that whole AI stuff last week, proof of humanity is going to be a thing. And it's going to be different than what proof of humanity means today. Proof of humanity today is like fill the CAPTCHA. Proof of humanity later is going to be like something, it may end up being, some kind of biometrics or something like that. We are in interesting times. That's all I'm going to say with regard to that.
Yeah, so I just went ahead and put my card in there, and now it's saying demand is extremely high right now, so generation is queued. We'll notify you the moment your AI is ready to activate. So
okay. All right. And I can believe that. I mean, they launched it when they did, how they did on purpose. And yeah. So I can believe that. I can believe that. Yeah. There you go. Gonna need a higher limit credit card there for the wife or the girlfriend. Yeah. Absolutely, Damien. You're right.
I used to always have a card with a really low balance just to use for stuff like that. Cause
yeah.
Okay, what? I get scammed out of like $100. Fine. You know, it sucks, but chances are you can get it back, but it's a lot better than, anything more than that.
Right. And you don't got to go through none of the headache. Like I can't count how many times, fraudulent charges or whatever the case may be. They cancel your bank card. Now you got to wait a week to get a bank card, blah, blah, blah. Nightmares, and more nightmares. Mining stocks in the house from X. Appreciate you being there. Thanks everybody for checking in the chat. Appreciate seeing all of you. I know we still got some lurkers out there. But hey, listen, smash that like button, share this thing out. You know the drill. We're about halfway through here. We got a couple more things to go through. Well, at least one, maybe two. We'll see. We'll see. We're going to talk right now. Well, unless you got any other updates with regard to AI.com, Bedell, anything?
I didn't get any emails, so that's what I was checking.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if they are having high volume, I can see. And again, remember, if any of you decide you're going to go try to claim or reserve, that's what I was looking for, reserve a username on AI.com, you're going to have high volume. It's going to take some time. These things are going to be just blasting right now, and to boot, it's in beta, so it's out there for people to start utilizing, but it's obviously they ain't worked all the bugs out. So just be aware of that as you're using it. You know what I'm saying? And thank you, Mining Stocks. Appreciate you, man, and all your support. Thank you so much. All right. As we move on, Block. Hear about Block all the time, right? Jack Dorsey doing his thing. Zip this up a little bit larger here. There we go. So Block, the payments company run by Jack Dorsey, may reduce its workforce by as much as 10%. Bloomberg reported. Hundreds of employees at their supporting owner, Bitcoin supporting owner of Cash App and Square, have been told their jobs are at risk. The reviews are part of a broader overhaul of the Oakland, California-based company's business. In addition to the payment apps, which allow individuals and businesses to transact in Bitcoin, Block has BitKey, a Bitcoin self-custody hardware wallet, and Proto, a suite of Bitcoin mining products and services. Its Spiral unit builds and funds open source projects to advance Bitcoin adoption. The company introduced a 12,000 employee cap in 2023 and reiterated its commitment to the number in the third quarter earnings report. It had fewer than 11,000 in November, according to Bloomberg. And of course, they've experienced drops like most companies have experienced drops. And basically, these layoffs, I'm going to use air quotes here, are going to be performance based. So as people are kind of getting their reviews, they may just be let go, is how they're going to kind of do this thing. I just found it interesting because, I mean, I get it, a lot of sectors, and again, things we've talked about here. I mean, we did an entire episode of HODL The Line where the three of us were talking about all the closures and retail and restaurants and all these things around the country. I mean, major players, right? We talked some seriously major players. And so I guess I shouldn't be surprised that Block might also be having people on the chopping block. Okay, there we go. But anyway, and I ain't even been drinking. Anyway, I'm just tired as hell. But it did surprise me a little bit given the the sector that they're in. Yeah, I get it. It's tech, it's payment processing and crypto, but that you need the payment processing. Crypto is on an upward swing with adoption overall. I don't know. To me, I would not have expected to see that many, potentially 10%, being kind of cut from the force. Any thoughts about that? But what do you think about that?
I think everybody's, I mean, depending on what sector they're in.
Well, and that's what I mean. Yeah. I wouldn't have expected it here, or well, as high here. Let me again clarify. Sure, I get it. They might have to cut back, but 10%? That's a significant number.
Yeah, but I mean, out of say you got 10,000 people, it's only 10. That's only 1,000 people. I'm sure you can still make do, especially with AI and all that out there now. Like, so
well,
I don't feel.
I'm not saying they won't get by. I'm just thinking, man, those 1,000 people, which I think it actually, because they said something about 11,000 people or something like that. So even if you were to take 10% of that, that's 1,100 people. 1,100 people losing their jobs. I don't know. That's still kind of significant.
Yeah, but it just always kind of makes me mad that they always say layoff, because it's like that's what my company does. They won't fire you; they'll just lay you off, and then that way you can't collect unemployment.
Yep. But you ain't never coming back.
Right.
Unfortunately, you ain't never coming
back. Just because they changed the word from fire to layoff, they can more than likely avoid all the unemployment that they have to pay. You know, I mean, if they were forced to pay unemployment, say on those 1,000 or 1,100 people, okay, yeah, that number might get cut in half. Because why would you want to pay 1,000 people to sit at home and do nothing because you fired them?
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, I have mixed feelings, as they say. Oh, all set in the house, driving and lurking. I understand and appreciate you doing that. Drive safe. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, I don't know. I was when I saw this, because I think this was one of the ones that I shot out to you guys to put in today's episode, because it kind of, that particular one caught me by surprise. You know, so you know, we talked some other ones, like a lot of those, like I said, restaurants, retailers, that when they were closing stores and all this other stuff. Okay, well, it makes sense. You know, not a lot of people are going out to Chipotle or Smoky Bones, I think was one of them, Olive Garden, you know, Best Buy, all this other stuff. You know, people are doing that all online now, right? So I get it. I get that. Versus this, which, I mean, again, it services online and physical locations. So that's, I don't know. I just thought this sector would be, I don't want to say immune, but less vulnerable. That makes sense. Less vulnerable.
Yeah, anyway. I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel it's like related to all the data centers they're trying to build out by me. Like, oh, it's going to create thousands of new jobs. Yeah, until it's up and running, and then those, say, 4,000 jobs are going to turn into like 40. Because once it's all up and running, all you got to do is maintenance and, you know, things like that.
And like we talked about last week, a lot of those jobs or troubleshooting things are going to be done by what? AI. They're not going to be done by the average human being who's going to have to verify their humanity. You know what I'm saying? It's yeah, but you're right. There will be a small contingent that will be significantly less than what they're projecting now, because right now, you're right. They need to build the infrastructure, right? I don't know, bud. I don't know. Difficult times ahead, I think. Well, we got one more thing to talk about here. And this was one that BC put out. And again, I know we got people, excuse me, joining in a little bit later. BC isn't here tonight. He messaged us right before we went live, said he's been feeling under the weather. So he didn't really think he wanted to try and do an hour's worth of screen time at this point. And I don't blame him. Hey, man, it is what it is, right? But this was quantum computing and Google's warning with regard to that. So I'll just breeze through this a little bit, give you what my take is with regard to that. And Bedell, by all means, jump it on in here. Okay. You know what? Instead of reading that, I'm going to just do the brief to keep it brief. Google is urging government and industry to accelerate adoption of post-quantum cryptography, warning that advances in quantum computing could soon undermine the encryption that secures today's digital systems. The company says it's been preparing for a post-quantum world since 2016, rolling out quantum-resistant protections across infrastructure while aligning its migration plans with NIST standards finalized in 2024. Google calls on policymakers to drive society-wide momentum through cloud modernization, global alignment standards, and closer engagement with quantum experts to avoid security surprises. And I mean, I guess that's all good sense, and I see the need to do it. And I get it. Google's looking at it from a cloud and internet perspective, which is probably the way we should be when you talk quantum. We hear a lot of talking about it here in the cryptocurrency space, right? We hear it all. Oh my God, quantum can crack Bitcoin and da-dee-da. I don't know. When I think quantum computing, Bitcoin is not on the top of the priority list. There are so many more target rich environments for quantum computing in the real world, military, energy infrastructure, the financial sector, all of these things that would potentially be vulnerable to quantum computing. And I do believe it's coming. I mean, on the Matrix Money podcast, we had Yeti on there from Dynex talking about quantum computing and what they're doing with regard to that. Matter of fact, we're trying to, on a side note, we're trying to get him back on, but he's been doing a lot of testing with their new quantum chip. So he's been pretty much radio silent, and I get it. He's got a job to do. So I'm hoping he'll be getting back to us, and we'll try to get him back on that show ASAP. But the idea is that the developments are still going forward with quantum computing. So yes, it makes sense to get a coalition of lawmakers and industry leaders together to try and put up safeguards, guardrails, that kind of thing, and to try to put in quantum proof, I'll use my air quotes there, infrastructure for certain things, especially things like, for example, I just mentioned, and like, that's where they're going. You know what I mean? I mean, I can't see them going anywhere else first, my opinion. Bedell, talk quantum computing. I'll take notes. Ready? Wait, let me get my notebook. All right, go ahead, go. I got my notebook.
I understand the need to start looking at maybe limiting its ability and all that stuff. But then it's like, how do you protect yourself from something that you're not aware of quite, Like, okay, this is quantum computing. This is how you protect yourself from it. But in 3 months, in 6 months, in 3 years, it's going to be a completely different ballgame.
Much like AI. Yes.
Yeah, I was trying to keep AI out of it, but it's like, it's so similar to like AI. It's like, okay, look at where AI was at 2 years ago, a year ago.
Yep.
Okay, look at where it's now, look at where it's going to be at in the beginning of 2027. It's every year, it's going to be so different. That how do you protect yourself?
Yep.
Granted, I mean, we're civilians. We only see what they let us see.
Facts.
But, I mean, we've talked a little bit on some of the HODL lines about, like, some of the new chat GPT or whatever's out there that they haven't even released because it is so, like, I don't know what the word is, but it's so advanced, I guess.
Yeah, no, advanced is probably the best word to utilize. Yeah. No, you're 1,000% right about that, Bedell. 1,000%. You're spot on, man. And I see all this shit is gonna kind of hit at once, in my opinion. It's gonna be that kind of convergence with stuff like quantum and AI. And again, I know we hear about it a lot here in the cryptocurrency space. And I'm not saying it's not a conversation we shouldn't have. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I ain't the dev who's going to be trying to quantum proof any blockchain. However, that's why I was taking notes when Bedell was talking, man. But seriously, I'm not saying we shouldn't talk about it. I'm not saying it shouldn't be brainstormed. I'm not saying it shouldn't be tried to be planned for, and none of that. It should. Not only, though, from a cryptocurrency perspective, is my opinion. We need to look at it globally and in many different sectors. There's so much potential vulnerability with that kind of advanced technology. But I kind of like to believe that as that technology comes to life, same with AI, and that's where I think like they're going to kind of converge, because as that kind of quantum computing comes online, I think we're going to be at that point in the development of AI where it's just going to we'll be using AI to merge that into existing infrastructure and change it. We'll be using that merge to go and help us defend from it. I don't know. It's just going to be, I think that's going to be, you know how like things kind of peter along, they seem to plateau, and then all of a sudden technology comes and poof, there it goes. We've taken a quantum leap decades forward in technological ability. I think that's what's going to happen. My opinion, for what it's worth. Feel free to tell me I'm wrong.
No, I 100% agree. Like back
Well,
when the
there you
internet
go.
first came out, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you know, it's gonna die real quick." Yeah, okay. Look at where it's been.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, this and that's what we've been talking about, right? This AI genie, that ain't going back in the bottle. That ain't I mean, again, look at yesterday with AI.com. We just talked about it, right? I get it, that particular platform just in beta, but think about what they're trying to bring out right now. Think about where they're going, their mindset, the vision of that. You know what I mean?
They
So,
wouldn't have paid millions of dollars for a 30-second commercial in the biggest game of the year for nothing.
yep. And yeah. And we're going to be hearing more and more about it. We're going to be seeing more and more about it. And I, part of me is glad that things are being put out more to the public. I mean, AI, crypto, quantum computing, these are all things that, yeah, I get it, the average person in the public may not know about, but the more touch points that they get with it, stuff like on the Super Bowl commercials or whatever other things like that, the more that will become internalized, hopefully, and assist with that adoption curve. So my 2 cents, peeps, my 2 cents.
Yeah, but now we got AI making its own crypto and all
Only
that.
on Solana. That's all I'm saying. Poop coins. Okay. Where's automatic beats to come back at me? Anyway, or Jar. That poor Jar, man. I'll tell you what. He definitely needs to ROI on his his Solana. Oh my goodness.
I think
Well,
any crypto right now I feel is on sale.
oh, I know. Good buying opportunities. Still, I mean, yeah, you got Bitcoin back over 70K and whatever. Yeah, it could still go back down. I think it might. It's not looking overly strong, in my opinion. Again, not financial advice, old guy, interwebs, but like, I think it'll come back down, give more buying opportunity, probably over the next couple of months. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, either way, if you're a DCA person, it doesn't matter what the price does. Like when everybody was like, I was flipping through X when everything was crashing, and people were like running around on X with their hair on fire because, oh my God, hold. And it's just like, who gives a shit? I because of the way I do it, excuse me, and my kind of long-term mindset with this, it was just like, okay, you have fun with that. Don't jump off any buildings. It's like I got no care about it.
I
No
feel
care.
I'm not gonna say like you're the opposite of them, but say you put 10% of your income or your paycheck into Bitcoin, right? As them, they put 75 to 80. The other 20-25% pays their bills or whatever. Or maybe they put their whole paycheck in Bitcoin and they use that to pay bills. And when it's 125K, cool. Now when it's 70K, they're like, shit. Because all of their savings just got cut almost in half.
Yep. Well, I get it. I don't. Sometimes I wonder. Matter of fact, that's never a question I asked him. Joel Valenzuela, because I mean, there's a guy 12 years living on cryptocurrency, nothing but crypto, and he's gone through the fluctuations. He wasn't always using Dash in the beginning, but even now using Dash. And now look at Dash. Dash, I checked it earlier today, just out of curiosity. Wasn't like I was planning on going and buying any more right now or using what I have. But it was up what like $80 at one point, like I don't know, a month and a half, 2 months ago. And now today, last I checked, it was like $35 again. So it's like that's a huge swing. And for someone who's living on crypto, that's their I mean, I know he gets paid in Dash. Holy cannoli. You know what I mean? That could be a heavy hit. And there's the arguments when we have people like Daniel Diaz on here, who is talking about using gold as money and gold backs and kinesis and all that kind of stuff. And I get it, because gold is a lot more stable. Although if you when we did that crypto on the rocks, last week, the week before, gold was taking a tank then too, and so was silver, basically crashing hard as well. But still, overall, I think we could call that more stable than what we've seen with Bitcoin and crypto over the last year. Either way, the point is, shit is being manipulated, and you still should get some money. Again, wait, that way, like it says, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, old guy, interwebs, but
or if you're on mobile, it's up top.
Oh yeah, that's right, on mobile it's up there. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you got to get yourself out of the system, because yeah, gold, silver, Bitcoin. Just saying. That's all I got, folks. Bedell, what do you got for the peeps? And then we're gonna, if you weren't here last week, we have a new dancing out exit video here coming. So get ready for that. But Bedell, before we go there, what else you got for the peeps? Anything?
Nothing really on my end, except for it's starting to get warmer out. So we're above freezing temps. So that's kind of nice.
You're above freezing?
Oh, yeah. It was 40 degrees today.
No.
Granted, the wind chill made it a little chilly, but I'll take it. A lot better than zero.
Holy
or
shit.
Negative.
Yeah, no. We've been in the single digits with the wind. So yeah, it's been chilly. And
maybe this warm burst will come your way.
Come my way. Yeah, send it on over. I'll take it. It'd be nice to have a somewhat seasonable day where you can walk outside and be like not freezing. I went outside to throw the trash yesterday, and I was just like, holy crap, in that little walk I was freezing my butt off. And I don't mind the cold as a rule, but like, man, the wind was just enough that it was like I felt like my face was going to be frostbitten by the time I got back in the house.
Yeah, so Saturday supposed to be 51.
Wow.
Slowly creeps up. On Tuesday it's supposed to be 61. So
wow. Yeah, we haven't I looked ahead for like the next few days, and it doesn't look like we're getting even to 30 degrees on any of those days. So damn.
Maybe next Monday I'll be out in the garage, but we'll see.
We'll see. It might still be a little early for that, but no, I'm just saying.
I mean, 40s today felt great. I'm thinking about 60s. I'm like, ooh, that's even better.
I know. How great would that be, right?
That's still probably going to be sweatshirt and jacket weather. Well, especially because at this time, the sun's down. So
yeah.
The highest, say 61, it's probably going to be like mid to low 50s at this time next week.
Yep. Facts. All right. Well, there's that. For me, tomorrow night, Matrix Money Podcast, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Me and Jar, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. There have been another kind of barrage, I don't know if that's the right word to use, of wrench attacks going on, crypto-related wrench attacks. We're going to be talking about that. We've got a couple of other things we're going to be talking about as well. So definitely join in 6 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow for that. And then on Wednesday, I have my next premiere video at 11 a.m. talking and breaking down inflation, so you can easily understand what that is. I've been I started out telling everybody and explaining what sound money is, so people could understand. And now I've moved on to our fiat system, and I'm pulling that apart piece by piece to try and help people to explain it, because Lord knows they try to make it as confusing as freaking possible to just kind of screw with us. So I'm breaking that down, and we're talking inflation on Wednesday morning. And then, of course, Friday, as always, Crypto on the Rocks back. What are we talking about Friday night? What's the theme going to be? Who the hell knows? But we'll definitely be drinking and having a good time. So make sure you're around for that. All right. Next Monday, we'll be back here, and hopefully BC is feeling better. And he'll be back, and we'll see you as always next Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. HODL The Line. And stick around, watch our outro. It's about a minute long, but you get to see some sweet dance moves from us guys. So yeah. Yeah, so check that out. All right, everybody, thanks for being here. Thanks for being in the chat. Thanks for keeping that alive, and we'll see you next week. Take care, everybody.
Have a good night, everyone. Stay safe.
Yeah. Screens glow. Timeline scream. Same fear, different day. Lock in. HODL the line. Don't blink, don't fold. Hands stay steady when the stories get old. Charts go wild, but the dace is fine. Mindset, grounded, battle calm. BC breaking down the noise. Hold the line. Yeah, we ride that grind through the fear, through the foot, through the echo chamber signs. They panic, sell. We design the climb. HODL the line. Yeah. HODL the line. Old school charts in a new age storm. Seen cycles born, seen cycles torn. Zoomed out vision, long-term frame. While the feed chases candles, he studies the game. Macro whispers, history rhymes. Patience weaponized over time. No panic button, no rush to speak. Just facts stacking up week by week. They trade emotions.